How's Earl Thomas dealing with hamstring? You're going to have to hold him back?
He's doing good. I mean, he you know him. He pretty much thinks he's going to play. So anytime he gets hurt, no stopping him from thinking he's going to play. So he's handling it really well.
If he can't, I mean, he started every single game of his career. If he couldn't go with that for you, just to look over there and not have him be there, be a little strange.
It would be a little strange, but Steve's done a great job. Every time he's been asked to come in there, he's very disciplined. He knows the scheme, and he'll execute just like he did last week. He had a few balls that he let get away, but I'm sure he'll be more comfortable this week.
You mentioned Steve. We saw Nico play. We saw Elliott play. Just how good do you feel about the depth of this defense?
We feel awesome about it. They're really good players. They do a great job. Once they get comfortable of going in there and making plays on the ball, playing tight coverage, everything that we could ask for from our corners, and obviously Nico and DeAndre have been great on special teams as gunners. So they'll be a real factor on defense when they get out there.
How would you describe Nico's game and what you thought of him when he got here and how he's kind of fit into your mold?
I always thought he was good. He didn't play the ball particularly well in Oakland from time to time, and I think he's gotten better at that. His coverage is always tight. He's always in the right spot. He's a willing tackler. He's a good player, and he'll continue to thrive. And the more reps he gets, the better he gets.
Does Mike Evans remind you of any receivers you've gone against in the past? Just that kind of size on the perimeter.
I mean, maybe Mike Floyd from Arizona a little bit. They're both kind of similar in the way they move and the way they maneuver.
What are your impressions of Winston now in his second year?
He's doing good. I think he's thrown 20 touchdowns, thrown a couple interceptions. He's good. He's progressing well. He's still young. He still makes some decisions that are questionable, but he also trusts his arm and makes some great passes. So I think it's been up and down for him, and I think he'd probably say the same thing.
Did you see him take chances?
Yeah, he takes a ton of chances. He trusts his receivers. He trusts his arm, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Which I think you guys travel the third most miles of any team in the league.
I would have thought we were somewhere up there. Then they made the Rams go to London. I was like,
How do you spend time on a long plane trip like this?
You sleep half of it. You wake up. You walk around. You watch the shows. Probably hope Doug's sleep and go mess with Doug. I don't know. You pass the time.
What do you watch? What are you watching now?
Whatever. I'll probably watch. Let's see. First Night. That's a good one. A Knight's Tale. A Knight's Tale. A Knight's Tale, and then I'll watch probably The Hobbit, the second Hobbit. That should take up the whole trip. Don't talk about Battlefield right now, Doug. We're not. Okay.
And then the game video on the way home?
And then no, I don't watch game video on the way home. I sleep because it sucks. You got to take another 6-hour flight after, a couple hours after a game. So I just sleep. I don't. And most guys watch film, but I know what happened in the game usually.
What's the physical, your body after playing an NFL game and then sitting on a plane for 6 hours, what toll does that take?
I'm not sure it takes a toll. It'd be the same as you laying anywhere else. It's just uncomfortable. You're not in the bed or anything, and we just got regular seats. So, it's I don't think it takes any toll as in punishment or anything, but it's just uncomfortable, especially after a night game. That's why everybody's like, oh, yeah, Thanksgiving games, it's fun. You don't think about the guys who got to go bang, bang, and then go home and not get to spend Thanksgiving with their families because they don't get home till 2 o'clock in the morning and everybody sleep, so they don't get to have a Thanksgiving meal. But, who cares about them, right?
Has Thanksgiving changed for you now that you're a father and meeting others?
No, it hasn't. I think it's always been a holiday where you celebrate being thankful. You celebrate how grateful you are for the blessings you have and the opportunity you have to give back to others. And I think that's something my parents have always emphasized and something I've always held, close to the heart, that you use Thanksgiving to make sure that you are thankful for everything that you have and you do your best to give back to those who have less than you.
Did you get any interesting reaction to the column you wrote for the Players Tribune last week?
Interesting reaction? No, not really. It was pretty standard. You always get a few idiots who say some crazy stuff, but they don't care if I say that God is good. You have people say crazy things to anything. But, no, it was pretty standard.
How's Doug Baldwin as a quarterback?
Like I said before, if you put him in the backfield, he can run. If you put him on defense, he can cover. And if you give him the ball and tell him to throw, he can pass. He can do it all, just like Booby. You know, you want to win, put Doug Baldwin in.
When you have, this might be obvious, what do you like about shadowing top receivers and other things?
It gets you more action. You get more targets. You get a chance to be involved in the game. You get a chance to get in a rhythm. You know, sometimes they can avoid you. Last week was fun. You know, got a few shots at it. Got my hands on a couple. It's always cool to just be involved in the game and you know, get in a rhythm.
When a teammate veteran gets cut midseason, do you try to get in touch, or is it everybody understands it's a business?
I mean, you do both. I mean, you understand it's a business at all times, but you also still reach out and make sure they're all right, because it's tough. You know, I've been blessed to not be cut yet, but you know, I understand it's tough. I understand. I've seen people come and go, and it's never been an easy process. So, you know, praying for them and try to reach out to them.
Favorite Thanksgiving food?
Ham with pineapples. Go Hawks.